Now at 6, a restaurant in Joplin serves up some funds for the Boys and Girls Club of Southwest Missouri. Plus, another school in Southeast Kansas looks at moving to a 4-day week. And Pitt State hosts its spring career fair.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Next Tuesday, voters are going to head to the polls for local elections in both Missouri and Oklahoma. In Joplin, voters will decide whether to renew the capital improvement sales tax to fund such things as street projects. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. This week, the tax committee met for one last time before the vote. They discussed polling locations and also where voters can go if they have questions about the tax.
So if you come and you don't know all the answers and you're on the fence about it, and one of our committee members does show up, you'll see them there with a sign, and they're just there to tell you that they'll tell you about the tax when you come.
The city began collecting revenue on the 3/8 cent sales tax in 2004, and voters renewed it in 2014. Since the last renewal, the tax has funded 14 road projects. This time, the city is seeking a 12-year renewal. A Boys and Girls Club alumnus is showing the Southwest Missouri community how far 15% can go. A Joplin restaurant will donate a portion of tonight's proceeds to the organization, and the Boys and Girls Club hopes other restaurants will do the same thing in the future. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
Feeding Futures is the newest campaign from the Boys and Girls Club of Southwest Missouri. This is the first Feeding Futures partnership with Trackside Burgers, as the club receives 15% in proceeds.
$15.50.
Which means $2 and some change for the Boys and Girls Club.
I think we had 3-4 weeks to get it together. We slammed Facebook. She made an event post, and we were like, we're doing this thing. We try to help the Boys and Girls Club as much as we can. I am a club kid myself formerly, so to come full circle, my 2 sisters work in here, and they remember going to the Boys and Girls Club, so it's very near and dear to our heart and my family's heart. So the goal is to get other local restaurants to jump on board, right, and to do these Feeding the Future nights and partner with the Boys and Girls Clubs.
The proceeds from Feeding Futures will go to daily operations and fund the summer program.
It costs about $10,000 a day to run our summer program, and we only charge kids about $5 a day.
The summer program offers classes ranging from arts and crafts to PE with 3 meals a day from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Hunt says local restaurants can support the Joplin and Webb City clubs by hosting Feeding Future, and the community can support it by eating there.
It's our call-in orders, dine-in, DoorDash, carry-out, all platforms. 15% goes back to the Boys and Girls Club.
Reporting in Joplin, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Feeding Futures at Trackside Burgers and Barbecue ends tonight at 8 p.m. A bit cool but clear out there. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty.
Yeah, another chilly day for us today, but warmer than what we had yesterday, as we barely got into the 40s, but we should be topping out mid-60s for this time of the year. 54 in Joplin, Pittsburgh sitting at 53 degrees. At least we have quite a bit of sunshine. And across the board, most of us are sitting low to mid 50s. We do have some clouds kind of skirting to our south, but most of these are going to stay down through Oklahoma, parts of Arkansas. A weak little wave kind of shooting right across I-40 from Oklahoma City over toward Little Rock. Besides that, we're pretty calm. We're going to stay pretty calm once again as we go through the evening hours. Now, temperatures still cold tonight. Slide back through the 40s, 30s, eventually near freezing once again for us later on tonight. But a warming trend continues next few days. Thunderstorm chances Sunday, which is Easter, and Monday. Some of those could be strong to severe. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
See you soon. Another local school district is considering going to a 4-day week. The Southeast Lancer School District in Cherokee is holding a meeting right now to gain additional input concerning that possible change. One of the potential strategies to make the move would be increasing the school day by 30 minutes and extending the school year by 1 or 2 more weeks in May.
I've just always tried to keep an open mind on anything and listen to our stakeholders, and I think we've done a really good job of letting people have a voice and share their concerns and thoughts. And you know, there are just some questions that we don't know yet.
Now, the district conducted a survey about the change, and they say most students, parents, and community members are either strongly or somewhat opposed to the proposed change, but they say it is close. The numbers are even closer on the staff survey. About 40% of teachers and staff are somewhat or strongly in favor of the change. We're going to have more on this story tonight on KOAM News at 10. Pitt State hosted its spring career fair today in the Plaster Center. The event was open to all majors and classifications. More than 130 companies attended. The spring career fair targets experiential learning opportunities from summer employment at camps to internships and full-time professorial positions.
The opportunities for internships, full-time positions, and just the confidence to know that they can go up to an employer, they can talk with them, and have a really positive outcome from that.
Students got a chance to network with employers and learn more about opportunities available in their field of interest. The Carthage Early Childhood Center today held their annual Farm Day event. Little Tigers got to experience the world of farm life with hands-on opportunities to interact with various animals such as ducks and chickens and bunnies and goats and even a playful pig.
They were pretty fun. Yeah. And some goats are sometimes called kids. And some goats live in deserts. And the baby bunnies can be called rabbits too.
There, don't say you didn't learn anything today. The early childhood and early childhood education programs, special education programs, serve children aged 3 to 5 years of age. Freeman Health System showed its continuing support of Ronald McDonald House charities. Today, members of Freeman Auxiliary, the fundraising project-driven arm of Freeman Health System, presented a $10,000 check to Ronald McDonald House charities of the 4 states. Funds help serve families navigating the stress, uncertainty of having a seriously ill child. The Ronald McDonald House opened in 1998 on land donated by Freeman Health System. Twin sisters at Riverton High School signed their letters of intent today. John's going to have double the details on these senior standouts coming up later in sports. But first, the city of Lamar begins accepting bids that could lead to the removal of its aquatic center. The Eastern Shawnee Tribe today broke ground on an expansion to its Shawnee Skies Training Center and Shooting Complex. That expansion is going to add an 8,000 square foot event center to the complex, featuring customizable seating and they say easy access to the shooting range. Officials say it's going to be used for corporate, personal, and family gatherings and host future state and national level sporting clay competitions. Shawnee Skies Complex is on South 705 Road in Wyandotte, Oklahoma. After being shut down for several years, the city of Lamar is accepting bids that would lead to the removal of its aquatic center. KOAM's Anthony Saviello has more.
Dry to the bone and locked up from the outside world is really the only way to describe the city of Lamar's aquatic center.
Since the pool's been installed, there's been issues with leaks. We've shut the pool down previously and repaired some of those leaks. The last several years, we saw a decline in attendance. We saw an increase in water loss and an issue with staffing. And all those factors lead to the original closing of the pool.
However, now the city is taking steps that would lead to the removal of the aquatic center altogether.
Well, the city at this point is taking bids for engineering. What we're looking for is the planning and a budget estimate on what it would cost to remove the pool structure if council did decide to remove it.
Rives says the removal of the facility is likely inevitable, but that does not mean that the space will go unused.
I think one of the keys for the community at the moment is no decision has been made on what's going to be done with that property. We're just trying to plan. We know the structure itself is having issues at this point.
After speaking with Rusty Rives, simply put, he says the pool and the surrounding structure just need to come out. And the land and where it is needs to be remediated. From there, a decision will be made about what the future of this land will hold. But as of right now, those questions are still up in the air. Reporting in Lamar, Missouri, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Now, a lot of residents have told us the idea of that pool being removed is kind of a sad thought, and they'd like to see an effort made to potentially build a new one. The city of Lamar is accepting bids until the middle of April, at which point the city is going to decide on the next plan of action. A little bit later, the Lions hit the football field for some afternoon practice today. John's going to have details on Missouri Southern's preparations for the 2024 season coming up in sports.
Plus another cold night for us tonight, but we are going to start to warm up. We're going to look at that coming up next.
The Ozarks.
Connect to Culture and Spiva Center for the Arts.
Well, of course, a warmer day for us today after a very cold start during the morning hours. Plenty of sunshine for us today, but temperatures still about 10 degrees below where we should be for this time of the year. But it looks good. Nice shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Tower Cam downtown Joplin. All right, through the evening hours, we slide back through the 40s, 30s. Most of us near freezing once again later on tonight. We're still holding mainly low to mid 50s across the region. In fact, let's go outside. Here's 7th and Rangeline sitting at 54. Northerly winds are light, but those winds will start to pick up once again as we go through the next couple days. They're going to stay fairly light as we go through the rest of the evening hours. We do have some clouds kind of skirting just to our south. Weak little wave, so we have showers down through parts of Oklahoma, which are going to push into western parts of Arkansas, but stay just south of the region. Besides that, we're pretty quiet. Outside, you can see a few showers western parts of Kansas. Those will fall apart before they make it here. Little ridge of high pressure will start to roll in the next couple days, and that's going to help us start to warm things back up. All right, tonight, still right around freezing. Most of us 31, 32, 33 degrees by morning. Plenty of sunshine, upper 50s by noon. Once we get into the afternoon, this is where we should be for the end of March. 63 in Stockton, 64 in Anderson, 66 in Miami, Parsons up to about 64 degrees. Winds start to increase tomorrow night. Keeps us upper 40s to near 50. Gets really windy on Friday, but look at our high temps. We go into the lower 70s by Friday afternoon. On your Thursday, 33 in the morning, 56 by noon. High temp, 64 degrees, but check out the winds, southwesterly winds. We're going to have gusts 15 to 20 by tomorrow evening, but they get moving by Friday. Look at this, gusts 40 upwards to 45 miles per hour. Let's go ahead and take a look at your Easter Sunday. We could get some showers, maybe a couple of little thunderstorms in the morning, near 60, 73 by noon, 78 during the afternoon, and then thunderstorms could pop up again once we get into Sunday evening. We're actually kind of in a hot spot. So from St. Louis, Joplin, Oklahoma City down toward Dallas in the yellow, that's where we could have strong, possibly severe storms on Sunday, and then on Monday, it spreads a little bit farther toward the south and to the east. So we got to keep our eyes on this as we go through the next couple days. In fact, let's break it down. Let's go into Saturday. We're going to have a front drape through the region. We can't rule out a random shower on Saturday. Sunday morning, some scattered thunderstorms try to get going, push east, and then Sunday afternoon into the evening, more thunderstorms start to erupt. And again, some of those could be strong to severe into Monday morning, and then another round gets going by Monday afternoon. So it gets a little active as we head into the holiday weekend. 64 tomorrow, 71 on Friday, 72 on Saturday, and then near 80 on Easter Sunday and also on Monday, and then cooling back down by the middle of next week behind that storm system.
And you'll be keeping an eye on those thunderstorms as they get closer and closer.
I will.
Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, twin sisters at Riverton High School both signed to become college athletes. And Missouri Southern football takes the field for spring practice. John Dales has those stories and more coming up next in sports.
The new $1.90.
Chloe and Olivia Parker, two high school seniors and twin sisters at Riverton High School, signed today to become collegiate athletes. Twin sisters Olivia and Chloe Parker signed their letters of intent at Riverton today. Now Olivia will run track at Evangel University. Chloe will play basketball at Neosho County Community College. Now both Chloe and Olivia say they've been looking forward to this moment their entire high school careers, and having each other by their side makes it even sweeter.
It's pretty awesome, you know. A lot of people in life, they ask what it's like having a twin, you know, and what it's like having a twin is it's special, you know. It's something different, you know. You always have that person to go to along your side.
We constantly push each other. It's always a battle, never fail. You always fight for each other, but at the end, we were biggest supporters for each other, and I couldn't ask for anything better.
Well, Missouri Southern football ended the 2023 season on a high note with a double overtime upset win over Missouri Western. This afternoon, the Lions back on the practice field for spring drills, prepping for the 2024 season. Missouri Southern enters its 4th season under the direction of head coach Atiba Bradley. Today, the Lions are holding their 3rd practice of the spring. Their spring inter-squad game will be in just over 2 weeks. That's on April 12th. Coach Bradley likes the direction his team is heading this spring.
So spring ball's been going well. You know, we've got a new offensive coordinator in Colton Myers that's kind of putting his twist on our offense and making his little tweaks and changes. And then defensively, we've got some new position coaches that we'll announce at a later date. But really, it's a good time for all the newness. You know, the guys that redshirted last year, guys that may have been injured, guys that may have been ineligible. Just an opportunity for everybody to come out, showcase, and get better.
Carl Junction baseball is off to a 6-1 start to its 2024 season. The Bulldogs notably took down Collinsville a week and a half ago. That's a top 10 ranked team in Oklahoma. Carl Junction baseball at home today, taking on 8-1 Lebanon. Top of the 1st inning, runners on 2nd and 3rd. Pop fly for Lebanon into shallow left field. But Cooper Vides has a little bit of trouble with it. That'll drop down and bring in 2 unearned runs for Lebanon. CJ responds in the bottom of the 1st. Swing and a miss here, but the ball gets away. And Aiden Strait hustling in from 3rd scores. Makes it 2-1. Top of the 2nd, runner on 1st. Bulldog pitcher Chase Smith uses the pickoff move to get him. Nice play there from the lefty. A little bit later, Smith gets a swinging strikeout to end the frame. Lebanon, though, just keeps hitting in this one. Josh Ziegenbein laces one to right center field in the top of the 3rd. The Yellow Jackets score 3 more runs in that inning. Game's not over yet, but CJ trails 5-1 in the 7th inning. Beautiful day for baseball today, though, and tomorrow, Major League Baseball returns. Opening day for both the Royals and the Cardinals.
Is that right? I wasn't aware of that. Spring is really officially here.
True.
We'll be right back.
We're proud to salute Robert Jones, a 4-state hero.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to have the latest on tonight's meeting of the Southeast School Board on a possible transition to a 4-day week. Plus, Carthage High celebrates the new improvements to its baseball stadium ahead of the Tigers' first home game. And we're going to tell you the warning signs to look out for to protect yourself from the most common form of skin cancer. Those stories, a lot more, it's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Sports first.
Okay.
Sports first. We'll do sports first. Yeah. Well, Carl Junction High School also brings in a new head basketball coach, announcing today Cord Hardy comes to CJ from Seneca.
Okay. Took care of whatever.
I did. I took care of it.
Tell us about a cold night tonight.
Yeah, another night right around freezing for an overnight low. 64 tomorrow. So we get back to where we should be for this time of the year. 71 on Friday, pushing 80 as we head into Easter weekend. It's going to be windy.
It will be Easter
See,
windy.
I was thinking windy before I said weekend.
He thinks windy. Quite a lot. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.
Closed captioning on KOAM TV is sponsored by